Yeah.
With that being said, we're going over to the score predictions. Kyle, you're our guest. You go first.
Well, y'all are putting me on not on the spot, but I normally reserve my score predictions to later in the week, so you guys are getting exclusive here, I guess.
Oh, nice.
I will say to my
Well, I'm gonna
viewers,
be
if you're
honest with you. All of us got it wrong last week. Everybody picked Alabama, so don't
I,
worry about it.
I will tell my viewers, if some of over here visiting, that I reserve the right over on our show to change this prediction if I see
Yeah.
fit. Here's how I have kind of started tackling these things, and especially with this game. I go back to what my predictions were at the beginning of the season, and my prediction was a close loss for Auburn in Tuscaloosa, given the context of how unsuccessful in recent years Auburn's been in Tuscaloosa. That was with the understanding, or what we thought was going to be understanding, that Auburn was going to be much better. And here we are. I will also say that Alabama has not lived up to the expectations I think all of us had, as you guys have already kind of expressed here tonight. But both have been kind of, those unmet expectations have been proportionally the same, have gone down. So I find them basically in the same, if that makes sense, in the same place opinion wise about where I would kind of place them and how they stack up. Just they're both lower down. They went down together. So we basically have the same scenario here. So the question becomes, have I seen enough from Auburn in the second half on the road to feel good about this game, or better or worse or whatever? I look at that Kentucky game. Kentucky is not formidable this year, but frankly, the way Auburn was performing, you got to take anything you can get. Winning on the road in the SEC is not easy, as we've seen time and time again this year. That's got to give you a little solace if you're an Auburn fan. The ability to get the offense a little bit more consistent, when I say consistent about scoring, has been good. The defense has also risen up. This game against Texas A&M was a little bit of an anomaly for them, given how they've been improving throughout the year. I think all that puts Auburn on more of an upward trend going into this game, and I would put Alabama, I don't want to say a downward trend, but it's just not going the way it needs to go for them. So what I think we have here is the makings of a classic Iron Bowl again, and thankfully one in Tuscaloosa that will be a classic one and not a blowout as it has been. I am going to say 31-23, Alabama wins in Tuscaloosa.
Wow.
31-23. And I think it'll be one of those where Auburn's probably got a shot to make this a game at the end, and they finally did it last game, but some of those old habits will creep back in. Call me a little bit of a pessimist or a realist this year, but it was nice to see them get that monkey off their back this week. It's a tough thing to do in Tuscaloosa, though.
If Auburn was to get the Tuscaloosa monkey off their back, there'd be a lot of celebrating in Jordan Hare. Quite a lot. And all that talk about Hugh Freeze being the hot seat, all that stuff would go away, regardless of how they do in the bowl game. Because it would be, we did something we couldn't do since 2010.
Yep.
Beat Alabama and Tuscaloosa.
That's what gave Brian Harsin some more time, was ending the curse in Baton Rouge. And I think that was, everybody thought was going to be the turning point. So I think Hugh needs one of those turning points. Does it come this week? I don't think so, but I sure wouldn't be shocked if it did happen. It's been a fun year of college football, so you really can't take anything as at face value these days.
No. Johnny, it's your turn for the score prediction.
No, I'm gonna let you go first.
All right.
What you got?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've been telling a lot of people all season long, watch out for Auburn. I get it. They were sloppy against Cal. They fell short against Oklahoma. They came up short against Missouri. But they're always going to play their best against Alabama. And I know we've got that win streak in Tuscaloosa. But here's the thing. Auburn will bring their A game against the Crimson Tide. The Iron Bowl is one of those rivalries where you take the records out, you take the stats out. It's basically about who wants it more. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be a tight one, friends. And where I've got it is Alabama 28, Auburn 24. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, it would not surprise me if Auburn was to upset Alabama. And it's not going to surprise me if Alabama wins. I mean, this is one of those games that you can't really be sure who's going to win this one.
Well, and that makes it such a great matchup and a great game, and continues to prove why this is the greatest rivalry in college football, and maybe sports too.
All right, so I'm gonna show how great a prognosticator I am. All right, I'm gonna predict this because I'm gonna go against the grain, because every time I predict something this season, it doesn't happen. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be a rout. Alabama's gonna beat the living hell out of Auburn. It'll be 35-3.
Wow.
That's my name, and I'm sticking to it.
Just throwing caution to the wind.
I've been wrong all season long.
Can't hurt me anymore, right? Right.
Like Wile E. Coyote trying to catch the rover, he's got that face. Look,
I've tried to be intelligent and smart. Third down efficiency and penalties. That ain't got me anywhere. So I'm just going, Alabama, they'll figure out, they'll get on there, whatever, and do their little. And then, hell, the next week they'll be in the playoffs, maybe, and they'll get the crap beat out of them. That's me.
well,